The sky over Berk refused to clear, even a full day after Skara Stormbreaker's strange arrival. The clouds hung low and dark, an unnatural storm that wouldn't pass. I walked along the cliffs, Toothless pacing silently beside me. We were both lost in thought, replaying Skara's words, her warning. Not far off, Stormheart, the new storm serpent dragon, rested, still weak and exhausted from the painful energy of that strange crystal. Astrid found us there, her expression as serious as mine. "So, what now?" she asked, her voice soft. I let out a long sigh, the weight of it all pressing down. "We need answers, Astrid." Skara knew too much. She knew about Toothless, which means someone out there, someone we've never met, knows that Night Furies exist. Later, we gathered in the Great Hall. The dragon riders huddled around a large map spread across the main table, searching for any clue. It was Fishlegs who found it. He came running in, carrying a dusty, ancient book he'd unearthed from the deep archives of the library. He carefully opened it, and we all leaned in. There, on a yellowed page, was a drawing of a castle floating inside a storm cloud. Beneath it were the words, "The Sky Citadel." It was said to be the home of an ancient tribe that controlled weather dragons. But it was the warning inscribed at the bottom of the page that made my blood run cold. Whoever controls the storm serpent controls the skies. Whoever controls the Night Fury controls the world. The hall fell silent. The crackling fire was the only sound until Snot-Lout, of course, broke the tension. Okay, great. So now we have someone trying to take over the world. Classic. He was trying for a joke, but no one laughed. I knew what we had to do. "We have to find the Sky Citadel," I announced. "We have to get there before Skara does." The decision was made. We prepped our dragons, packing supplies for a long journey into the unknown. We helped Stormheart get into the air. She struggled at first, her wings heavy, but Toothless flew right beside her, nudging her, giving her the support and confidence she needed. As we flew further and further from Berk, the sky itself began to change. The clouds twisted into bizarre, unnatural shapes. Lightning flashed, but it was a strange, unsettling purple. The air grew thick and heavy. Our dragons slowed, not out of fear, but a deep, primal instinct. Something powerful was close, and then we saw it. A massive, floating fortress materializing from the storm. Towers of dark metal scraped the sky, surrounded by spinning rings of pure electricity. Giant anchors were chained deep into the storm clouds, holding the impossible structure in place. This was the Sky Citadel. As we approached, storm guards on Strange, mechanical dragons swarmed out to meet us. We dodged their first volley of attacks, but we were quickly surrounded. I raised my hands, a sign of peace. "We're not here to fight." I shouted, but they didn't listen. A deafening crack of lightning split the air, and there she was. Skara, on her own mechanical beast, a smirk on her face. "I knew you would come." Hiccup. She held up the glowing crystal again. Instantly, Stormheart winced in pain, arcs of lightning sparking from her wings. "Stop," I yelled. "She's not yours to control." Skara stepped forward on her dragon, her expression unreadable. "Oh, but she is," she said, revealing a truth that hit us like a physical blow. "Stormheart was born here. Her parents served us. She belongs to the Stormbound Empire." Toothless let out a low, protective growl, moving to shield Stormheart. But Skara's next words stopped everyone. Everything. The wind, the storm, it all seemed to hold its breath. She raised a hand slowly, her gaze fixed on Toothless, just like the Night Furies did. I could barely speak. "What do you mean?" I whispered. Skara explained that long ago, Night Furies and Storm Serpents worked in harmony, maintaining the balance of the world's skies. But when humans sought to control that power for themselves, the Night Furies vanished. All but one. Her cold smile returned as she looked at Toothless. "You are the last key, Night Fury. With you and Stormheart, I will rebuild the Empire. I stepped forward on Toothless's back. You will never control him. Skara's eyes narrowed into slits. I don't need to control him, she hissed. I need to awaken him. She slammed the crystal down onto her saddle. A massive explosion of lightning shot upward. Stormheart screamed in agony. But then, Toothless roared a sound louder and more powerful than I had ever heard. His eyes began to glow, a brilliant, terrifying blue, just like the storm itself. Hiccup, what's happening to him? Astrid yelled. I scrambled forward, grabbing Toothless's face, forcing him to look at me. Toothless, listen to me. You're free. You choose your own path. For a heart-stopping moment, I could see the battle raging within him, the storm's energy fighting against the bond we shared. Then, with a final, defiant roar, Toothless blasted the crystal. A direct hit, it shattered into a million pieces of glowing dust. Skara's face was a mask of pure fury. You'll regret that, Hiccup Haddock. She signaled her guards, and before we could react, she retreated back into the heart of the fortress. Stormheart collapsed onto a nearby cloud bank, exhausted but safe. This is bigger than we thought, and it's only the beginning.